Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first Engineering Talks program in 2021. I'd like to present our guest, Dr. Yakup Özsezer. He has received his bachelor degree in Yakup University as a biomedical engineer. He founded the Neurobioengineer company for Boston Scientific with his team and still provides services to more than 150 institutions. He completed his PhD in health management, giving his thesis on the cost efficiency of brain battery. His speech is going to be about the developments and career opportunities in the field of neuromodulation in the medical device industry. Before starting, I'd like to thank you for spending your valuable time for us. As a reminder for the participation, if you have any questions, you can write on the chat section. There will be a time for questions at the end of the session. Now I'm passing the word to Dr. Yakup Özsezer for his presentation.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation to this platform. And I'm really excited to share the feedbacks with young generations, our new futures. And thanks to Professor Pınar Obakan and Dr. Esai Demir and all the engineering club persons. So today I want to give the speech about the future in technological developments in neuromodulation technology. And that will be comparing with Turkey and also the global side. I think you can see my slide. So thanks to presenter, they gave me my background, and we are working in this neuromodulation field 11 years. I'm originally biomedical engineer, and we are working with Boston Scientific Corporation since 2015, and we have joined more than 1,000 neuromodulation operations in surgical room, and we have established surgical solutions as a solution partner to the hospitals since 2015 for Boston Scientific. And today I want to give the speech neuromodulation, what's neuromodulation, and definition in medical device technology and categorization. And next step, I will explain for our country and global region approach in neuromodulation side. And also that's the very interesting part for our new candidate bioengineers and biomedical engineers and biologists, genetic engineers. So multidisciplinary work between the sections and their kindly contributions and our future vending. So what's the neuromodulation? Neuromodulation is the part of the sending electrical stimulations, so alterations, the electrical stimulations, and using the chemical agents and modulate this with stimulation or chemical agent technology. So it's called neuromodulation. And this is, we have number of technologies, and these are the neuromodulations technologies, and they are at class 3. And these are the things that are fully implantable neurostimulators. So it's starting, so I make this configurations, which is the more popular for our country. So it's starting with DBS, so deep brain stimulation technology. And in our public name, so they say brain implant. And the second one is spinal cord stimulation technology. So it's pain implant, vagal nerve stimulation for epilepsy. So it's called epilepsy battery, epilepsy implant, sacral nerve stimulations, and for hypoglossal nerve stimulations for sleep apnea, diaphragm pacemaker, gastric stimulation. So these are the 7 technologies, implantable technologies. These are fully implantable technologies, and these technologies are in class 3 definition. And the next one, still class 3, but these are the also implantable and drug delivery devices. So baclofen pumps, it calls, or intratracheal infusion pumps, or morphine pumps. So it calls intratracheal morphine pumps, pain ports. And the other technologies, which is in our portfolio, it's called class 2A and 2B. So it's called radio frequency electrodes and cannula systems, microelectrodes recording system, and neuromodulation systems. So when we evaluate the sections and divisions, so our divisions in neuromodulation, so we always use the market data. And this divisions is also very accurate divisions because you are collecting data. For instance, this data's expectation from 2015. So this is the publication date. So, and they are looking for compound annual growth rate. So in expected for neuromodulation is the percentage was 11.2%. And it was expected for 2020. So they didn't know about what COVID situation going on. So to reach $6.2 billion, that's the expected market for global market expectation in neuromodulation technology. And also we are looking at the other studies. So that's the new studies in 2020 period, base year, and study period is 2018-2026. And you see again the compound annual growth rate with same number, 11%. And the size of the market is $5.6 billion. And you see the name of the companies, it's more, have more reputations. And you see the left side, compound annual growth rate is 11%. And also another data we are using with market expectations for neuromodulation. So which is starting with 5.8 to 8.8, 8.6 percentage growth. These are the annual growths by neuromodulation market. So it's always, you see the graphs, always growing situation. So that's the, which make to you interesting, such a joining this market because it's growing, it's interesting. And when we look at the situation for our country and also comparing with the global region, and globally it's expected market values, as I explained in previous data, from 8.8 billion to 11 billion American dollars, and until 2025, and annually from 8.6 to 14% growth rate globally. And all that means every year 200,000 implantations. And unfortunately, these are the things are very elegant and very elective surgeries. So such in this period, COVID-19 period, there's a decrease with 30%, for instance, this year for total market. And when you look at the Turkey, in our country, every year 1,000 implantation, and it's reimbursed by Social Security, which is research, education, and university hospitals. And in our country, it was also affected a lot because it's only reimbursed with, it was mainly reimbursed to research, education, and university hospitals. So that's 42% decrease in the market has been sold. So I want to start with the spinal cord stimulation technology. This is the technology, it's all well known. It's almost 40 years accepted for 40 years technology treatment methods. In our world, more than 500,000 people has been already surgery, and 76% has been get the result. And with this technology, so in 1 year period, 50% or more pain reduction has been observed, and 80.5% responded patients. So when we look at the number side, we are always looking also the cost for the cost utilization and cost minimization when we select the treatment method. The health authority is also evaluating the cost side perspective, and they say the cost of chronic pain, for instance. So we are talking about spinal cord stimulation, but its main indication is chronic pain, and chronic pain cost for the government and in European Union side 95 million euros, and that's the effect. And also for the healthcare system, it's 300 million euros. So 95 million people has chronic pain, and this affects almost 300 million euros the cost. And for every 5 person to one they cannot go their work, they are losing their job. So that's the high reputation and high needed this spinal cord stimulation effect in the chronic pain. And how this mechanism is working, it works with gate control theory. So it's sending the electrical signal with generating electrical field with the closed gate and convert the pain signal to the tingling sensation. And you use the dorsal column with sensorial pathway, and you block. So that's why it's called control theory. So you make to block the pain gate, so it doesn't feel the pain. So it says the presthesia to the brain. So that's our mechanism and mentality for spinal cord stimulation. And indications, when we look at the main indications, failed back surgeries, complex regional pain syndromes, and peripheral neuropathy. And we use always the dermatome technologies, and we use the nerves branches, and according to these nerve branches and dermatomes, you can select the correct region of the stimulation and also with that focus on the pain. And we can use them as you see that this lead implantations, and that's the platform for our programming side. And these are the left side. There's also IPGs. So you can see this, and we can easily program to the patients with software platform. In our country, spinal cord stimulation has been reimbursed by research education and university hospital. It should be having a report by authority, which will be approved by neurosurgeon, psychiatry, pain management physicians, anesthesiologists or reanimation, and also physical treatment and rehabilitation physicians. So let's come back with DBS technology, and you can see the chronological path. It is starting first stereotactic surgery. It is more than 100 years ago, and with starting Victor Horsley, he's the founder of the stereotactic, well known, and then starting with Spiegel and Weeks in 1947. Then modern technologies coming with 1980 and 200 years with Lexell and Cosman Robert Robb stereotactic systems. Then in 1987, Ali Louis Ben-Abid, he's the first implanter of deep brain stimulation technology, and then this technology will start to approved by FDA and European Union. So with now exist the situation, all the companies and differentiation who can get the DBS, and we first look at the FDA approved, it should have, and also for European Union, we should look at the CE, conformity of European Union approved. So with this Parkinson disease and dystonia and tremor, all the big three companies providing these technologies, and these are all approved and mainly use these indications. And you can see the prevalence worldwide and mostly implanted Parkinson disease, but also for tremor disease, it's also high prevalence, more than 10 million population. And new future indications for deep brain stimulation technologies, when we look at it could be, these are the under clinical studies. It's not approved fully authorizations, it's under evaluations indications like psychosurgery, epilepsy, memory impairment, Alzheimer's, subcutaneous status. And there are also another indications, maybe in not this list, but in the futures also we are expecting kind of this treatment in DBS technologies, but now it's under clinical studies. So for our slides, I think the most interesting part is this slide because it's always engineers and in this time period, it's difficult time period, especially in our country. So what they will do in our future, but in their career, so where they should work, where they should start. So even in student side, they should start. For instance, myself, I was working when I was student, and I was trying to do my job also biomedical engineering, and I'm very happy to do also this, continuing to do this job. So I always suggest to everybody to make the career plan, not the waiting the graduate years also. You should plan at the first year of your school, your study, so you can have more rooms to play and you pass the other things. So you could start in research and educational institutions. It could be in universities, it could be separate institutions. Or there are now new centers in Turkey, also hospitals. They are opening neuromodulation centers and it will increase also. That's our expectation, it will increase. And the people can also select this side of the career step. And also you can work with the medical device companies, multinational companies, global companies, and also you can work in local domestic manufacturers also this career. And also multinational companies or local companies as a clinical engineer. And you see in the right side, there are example international institute you might select. So these are the well-known. So I think this concept, neuromodulation, is well known in worldwide, and I hope in Turkey it will be engaged and it will be also have more visibility. And I hope it will for your career and your future branding, you will select these things. So my presentation is done. That's it. Thank you very much. If you have any question, more than welcome. I would like to answer. And these slides also, I would like to summarize just 30 seconds. In the left side, you see in neuromodulation technology, and in the bottom side, SpaceX, maybe, or Tesla, and there's a shift, there's virtual reality or stem cell technology. So what you want to be in your future. So now this slides and everything in that one room, but you should be in one side, I think, to get your future career. And I'm very happy in the left side, I'm in neuromodulation, but I know most of you in a different part, and we might meet in the future in a different side and maybe same concept or multi-focus concept. So thank you very much again. I would like to welcome your questions.
Thank you very much, Yakup Hocam. That was a very lovely talk. I hope our students, our listeners also enjoy this. I have a question, especially for our students who are not graduating this year, but looking for an internship positions. Do you think these companies are willing to take our students as an intern?
So that's I think the main focus and also the outcome question. Yes, we are willing to open the training program, and also we might do a new year 2020. We would like to make like a 1 month period because we mainly joining this surgical room and special permission you should get, and we might do also like some limitation this the difficult period in COVID again, the outbreak, but we will announce this, and especially your university, your section, as you have invited us. we will make some also communications, and if you, according to your also advice, we will evaluate the people, and we can give the chance for the training, or not on training, maybe they would like to see just joining in OR, and we can ask the special permission for the clinics and the surgeons, they may allow to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There are two questions. The first is, can you tell about your story of opening the company, Neurobio engineering company?
Okay, we have established Neurobio company in 2015. It's not so long year ago, because I was also working in a company before we established Neurobio, and we were also with my team in neuromodulation field, and we would like to bring our experience to Boston Scientific Corporation and develop our neuromodulations dreams, and I hope we are very happy. So we are living out with our dreams, and we are very happy. We are supporting OR and trying to give the service for more than 150 clinics in our country. And in our team, also most of them biomedical engineers, biotechnicians, biologists. So these are the majors and their specialties. Not so much businessmen. Of course, they are businessmen, but coming from your side also, engineering part in our biology environment.
The second question is, should a newly graduated biomedical engineer student attempt to start a new startup?
So that is the great question. Thank you. Now these days it's difficult in our country, especially in economy, when you look at the news. But when you look at your dreams and your aim, so you should focus on your dreams. And if you can dream, and if you have some ideas, and best thing is to build your own facility, your own company, and try it. But if you have an ability to take a risk, so if you are ready to lose money, because myself and my history is not only every time we are successful, we have the times, we have the unsuccessful things, and we have the times we should have to manage the difficulties. So that's the thing, you learn the life. So when you manage the difficulties, because the life is not the same, always you are growing and past the steps and up one next step. Always in such a country in Turkey, and when now today, for instance, we have a currency fluctuations, and you should manage in everything, and you should adapt. You should give them moralize your team. Everybody should be happy. So it's not only having a title or having a company. You should providing a concept. You should manage the things, to have and building a company, to open your own facility, you should take so much responsibility, and your moralize, your energy, and your everything should be ready first, because it's not your aim shouldn't be I'm only earning I'm earning only money. So it's not the point. You should build your future first, and you shouldn't you shouldn't focus only the profit. You should focus the everything as like your company, brand names, your future. If you are in this mind, you can open your own company. But if you're only looking to earning money, you shouldn't be an engineer, or you shouldn't be a biomedical bioscience engineer. You can go to make it some other trading things and open some like a franchise restaurants or something like that.
Okay, thank you for everything, for your speech. Your presentation are beautiful. So thank you for attending our first engineering talks program.
It's always our pleasure, and if you need any help, anything, you can always type to us an email, and you can use our contact details, and you can reach to us.
Yeah. Okay.